at that time, BJ was big in Charlotte. I mean, he had played against Pat, and they had just come off winning the state championship here. Coach Rockefeller was assistant coach, and there are two coaches that I love to the day. Coach Rockefeller and the old coach from Coach Haynes. They're from Georgia. Okay. Both of them walked in Charlotte Catholic, and about an hour apart, Coach Rockefeller walked in, and he was from Virginia Tech, and he was like, they told me about this big kid. I'm sitting over in the bleachers. So he comes in, sees BJ, talks to the coach. Coach points up at me. He comes over. He says, I want to offer your kid. I'm like, Virginia Tech? I'm like, well, Coach, I'm not the guy to sit up here and talk to these little fake offers. I understand. He said, no, I'll get you on the phone with the head coach right now. Okay, now we're talking a whole different situation. So he got me on the phone with Coach Buzz Williams. He was like, Coach Rockefeller, we've heard great things about BJ. Coach said, he just wanted to come put his eyes on him. I was like, he ain't been here for 15 minutes. He's like, we said enough, we want to offer him. Okay, we want to bring him up. So we start traveling back and forth to Virginia Tech. At that time, BJ, North Carolina State, everybody was on BJ because what he had did with that team. You're talking about a team that won 4 games the year before. You add in one ninth grader, and you go 31-1. Yeah. And the game that they lost is so crazy. BJ fouled out with 5 seconds left on the clock. He told the center that was coming in behind him, hedge the ball screen. I've been jumping it all game. They're gonna slip it. He jumped it. They slipped it, basket. Audrey Kale. Yeah. That was the game they lost. So that was like early in Audrey Kale history too. That was like one of their first like big early wins. They had in their whole like school history right there. Right. Beating them. So, we were on the whole ACC tour. So we're up. They've offered the Langley twins, because at that time, like I said, we were hot on the AAU circuit. We had just won CP3. We're winning. These guys were the hottest things coming out of North Carolina right then. So going into that state championship game that weekend, before we played North, was one of the biggest games BJ would have played in because of all the guys that were at North. I had called up because of Late Night with Roy was going on. Gotcha. Coach talked to one of the assistant coaches there. I ain't gonna say his name, but talked to him and asked him, was BJ on the list to come up for Late Night with Roy? He told me at this time, we are not recruiting any 2019s. Fine. That was 2018. You were talking about Devon Dodson, Leakey, and Jarius Hamilton. Oh, yeah. Well, night before the game, I get a call. BJ made the list for Late Night with Roy. Okay. We take off, go to Carolina. Now, let me say this. I'm a diehard Duke fan. If you know Carolina, it's one of the other. It's nasty work, Pop. So we go up there. That's the game where Brandon Ingram, Grayson Allen hit the last second shot. Yeah. To beat Carolina at Carolina. If you look back in the background of that picture, BJ standing there with Charlotte Catholic, red jersey on, looking at me, because I'm looking at him like, you better not jump. You better not jump up. Because we're Duke fans. I'm like, you can't do this. We're here on a Carolina visit. But inside, the little boy in me is like jumping. Yeah. So after the game, we go back. We talk to coach. That's a big loss. No, that was the game. Austin Rivers shot. No. Brandon Ingram. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I know you're talking about. They beat him at Carolina. Gotcha. So we go back, talk with Coach Roy and them. They're not really happy. BJ's going to play. We're going to come down. We're making sure we're going to come down. Okay, cool. So we go down. BJ plays. They don't show. We go to Virginia Tech. We're sitting at Virginia Tech. We've had a great workout. The Langley twins, they're really wanting to get him. So we're sitting there watching the game, and my son taps me, and he said, Daddy, I thought you told me that Carolina was not doing any 2019s right now. I said, that's what the coach told me. What's up? He said, they just offered Wendell. They went to go see him. So I grabbed the phone and looked at it, and I was like, so you had me take my son out of practice for one of the most important games that he's ever been in. Then you told me out your mouth, I didn't ask you, were you coming down? You told me you were coming. So I got my son all excited. Then you come down here, okay? Immediate, and this is why I say I'm the poster child for dysfunctional dad. I immediately got up from the game, middle of the game, walked in the hallway, called the coach. Hey, coach, you told me that y'all were not doing any 2019s at the time. He said, Mr. Mack, I meant 2019s at your son's position. And this is what my response was. I'm a barber. I hear bullshit every day. I don't like you. No way. I'm a Duke fan.
Yeah.
Click.
Oh, wow.
Hung up the phone. I go back into my son.
The ability to be able to talk to Caroline like that.
I told him.
The ability to have that pull to talk to Caroline like that. That's crazy.
You're going to.
That's crazy.
You're going to Virginia Tech. And he was like, I am? I was like, yeah. And we went down. I talked with the Langley boys. Kiefer was like, man, if they want all three of them, we're in.
No.
In the car back home, I made BJ call him because my dream and this was my explanation to him at the time.
Damn.
My explanation to him at the time was our dream was for you to play in the ACC.
Yeah. Now,
if you want to get particular with that dream, and one analogy I've always given my son is I like pound cake.
Gotcha.
All that icing, all the extra stuff, that's
give
your
me the cake.
Just give me the cake. The cake is the ACC.
Shout out to real. That's it. It's a real.
All that other stuff, that's yours. So and I tell people my dream for him was to get a free college scholarship.
Yeah.
Free education.
Your dream was to go to pro.
Yeah.
When you walked across the stage at Wofford, job done. From here on out, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was my dream. So from there, I've never pushed him. I wanted him to achieve his dreams, but along that we had dreams in there. So it's like.
So, well, I was going, because you said he graduated from Wofford.
Right.
So
he did
I guess.
Masters at South Carolina.
Okay. So going from the Carolina interest and you saying, F it, I'm a Duke fan anyway.
Mm-hmm. Committed.
I'm going to Virginia State, and then you go to Oak Hill, and then
goes there for 2 years. Buzz leaves,
and all right, now give us that. So what made you? Because we've heard now.
Okay,
you a tough cookie.
Well,
you will call a coach.
Yes, I will call you.
You'll call a coach.
Don't tell me nothing. Don't expect me to. Because what kills me is every coach in America says I had this open door policy. Coach, don't tell me that. Because
that's not a real thing.
I'm the dude that's going to call you.
He's going to walk through the door on that thing.
Mm-hmm. You told me open door policy, so why is this dude behind me?
So what sold you on USF?
Well, Coach Dixon. So let me backtrack and so everybody understand the full story.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, to this day, I don't like Buzz Williams.
Because you don't like?
I can't.
Okay.
I can't stand the ground that man walk on. And the reason why is because the way you handled your business.
Okay.
You called a recruit at 5:30 in the morning and left a message for him to decommit. This is another reason why I say I love Coach Rockefeller to death. Because he called me.
The assistant coach at BT, right?
He had recruited BJ and them.
Yeah,
they were his recruits.
Gotcha.
And he was like, I'm upset about it. It's made me mad. Me and him have been lockstep and barrel. Even when BJ decommitted after he left there, Coach Rock went to ECU. So my loyalty to Coach Rock
was like,
BJ went on official to ECU.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So everywhere Coach Rock has been, BJ has went because of his loyalty, his name. Like I said, these coaches to me, if you are straight up and honest with me, I will be there with you. Coach Smith, same thing with me. And Coach Hayes, everybody's just lay it on the table because I've never been the coach to say, I want my kid to shoot 50 shots a game, to do this, to do that. That's not me. But whatever you tell me, I'm going to hold on to that.
Stand on that.
Stand on it. Because I'm going to stand on exactly what I tell you.
That makes sense.
If you saying that he needs to do this and I need to be in there, we're going to be there. We're going to be at whatever it is. So, with that situation, we decommitted him. That's when BJ had a breakout year at EYBL, those first couple of sessions. I mean, all EYBL, he's tearing through it. So Coach Dixon, who coached my nephew, Jeremy, Larry, at Garringer,
Got you.
So Dixon was on the staff at USF.
Talking about Jay Good, right?
Yeah, Jeremy Good.
Yeah.
So family friend, trusted. So I was like, BJ, with all that we've been going through with all these coaches and everything, I've got to put you with somebody
so
that
Dixon was at USF.
Yes.
Wow.
So that Coach Larry Dixon.
He recruited me. Yeah. He recruited me when he went to South Carolina State.
Right.
Crazy short story. Okay, cool.
So
now it makes more sense now.
We sent him to USF with Coach Dixon, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, with COVID in our family, we lost like 4 or 5 people due to it.
Oh,
Florida wasn't kind of shutting down. And
Florida was wide open.
Yeah, BJ's always been a kid where we have been there. His mom, his sister, his grandma on both sides have always been there. He's had us, so it was kind of that. So when he came back home, we went on the tour, and it's funny how he got to Wofford because his 10th grade year, I took him out of a camp at Wofford and told him, "Why are you here? Because you'll never go here. You're going to Tennessee." And he ended up right back there. So
Pop, let me ask you this because I at least want to just. Listen, he said he is the poster child for.
I'll tell you, and everybody's good. When you talk to AAU people, right, especially Coach Cook gonna be like, he ain't said man lie.
But all right. So without another question that I do just have in my pocket that you kind of walked into would be. So your son, he played for 3 colleges. Mm-hmm. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. When did y'all know it was time to move to the next one?
At Wofford, I would say for BJ's brand and basketball, we should have left a year before we did.
But how did you know it was time to go to Wofford first, though?
Well, when we looked at all of the situations, because COVID was going so long, and BJ wanted to be close to home.
Oh, and this is when they first did the non have to sit out transfer.
Yeah. This was the first of the transfer portal. The first of the first.
Yeah, right. The transfer.
The first of the first is the 5-year rule and the transfer rule.
He's BJ, complete. Yeah.
This is the extra year of COVID. This is the extra COVID.
And that's why he got his master's.
Right. BJ would have been able to do the 2-year thing that they did.
Yeah.
He missed it by a week.
Okay.
Sending his paperwork in. If we would have sent his paperwork in,
he would have another year.
That other year.
Another year, yeah.
Right. So due to that rule and things like that, he only got the 1 year. So we were like keeping him close to home, things like that. So he went to Harvard. Now, BJ coming out of private school, BJ's always been on the dean list.
Yeah.
So Wofford is listed as the Harvard of the South.
Yeah.
Very high academics.
Yeah. For sure.
So he went down there. And for me, it was putting him back in his comfort zone. BJ's always played with shooters.
Yeah, I was about to say also you put him back in his comfort zone as far as his environment too, as far as school too.
And he's with shooting, being spacing. He's he operates in the middle, putting him in a space.
And mid-majors love bigs that can stretch the floor. Right. They just love a big that can shoot in mid-major. Yeah,
and so that's where we put him back in that kind of system up under Coach McCulley. At that time, he came out his junior year. Yeah. He ran through the SoCon, and actually that year had a couple of workouts. And so we came back. Now, not knowing how to navigate that system, looking back at it now, we should have left then and went up.
So had a real good year and then just transferred
up then.
But it wasn't as big as it is now back then.
And we didn't. That was the first year really of it, and we didn't know. And then he would have been in that first class, and we learned this from when he got to South Carolina. Coach Parrish, who came from Chattanooga, he recruited Hayden Brown from the Citadel.
Yep.
Which was BJ dominated at the Citadel. He actually told us, BJ, if you'd have went in the portal that year, you were the guy we wanted. So BJ, because he didn't go in the portal and we didn't know, so that the following year when he came up, that's why South Carolina was number 1 on him. Because the day BJ went in the portal at 8:00 that morning, by 8:05, Coach Parrish had called.
Listen.
That lets you know how fast that portal go, and that lets you know if you still sitting in that portal after months.
Yeah, you got an issue.
You got an issue.
It's both sides of it.
That's both sides of it.
Somebody about to hit both of it.
They get hit in the first 10 minutes of the portal opening up versus those that's sitting here like right now. School about to start Monday.
It's time to grab that JUCO.
Right.
Listen,
and they still in the portal.
Right. Wayne, I think you gave like a really good TED talk last week. You were saying that like be aware of all your options.
Yeah,
and where like if you had that call at 8:05 and the portal open at 8, you're a D1.
Yeah. For sure.
You're
if it's now
for you, Power 5 D1.
Yeah, at that.
And I mean, you're talking about South Carolina coming in. You're talking every major power coming in. Alabama, everybody. Yeah. At that point in time, me and BJ was like, whoa, okay, I knew you played all right, bro, but I ain't know, like, you know, and as a dad.
To take the dad goggles off and be like,
right now,
this is
people
real.
will tell you, I'm BJ's worst enemy.
Yeah, that's dad
I'm his worst enemy.
Yeah.
You know, he could go have 30 and 20, and I'm going to complain about it.
You missed the box out, though, son.
I'm going to complain about
the charge right there.
Yeah, you should have did this. You should have about that.
You missed that other jump hook that you should have had. We worked on for 4 hours.
You had 30, your man had 24. You gave me 6. Bro, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of stuff, you know. But, you know, put him in those situations that once we seen, you know, the Alabamas, all of those come in, you know, it was really mind-blowing to, you know, go to Alabama to visit the South Carolina. Like, BJ had Iowa.
Okay. You know, so the funny part about this is, and I was going to get to it, but it's actually a perfect segment. During that time, this is like right during the COVID year Pro-Am, I had BJ on my team. Right. So I had BJ Mack.
Was that like a year ago? 2 years ago?
This is like 3 years ago because it's actually the year they played it at. We was going to play at Northside Christian. So I had BJ on my team along with Christian that went to Duke. That was at Clemson. That's now at Charleston. So I had Mike Jink. I mean, I had the who's. I had Kurt on Big Kurt on my team. I mean, I had a lot of guys that had from different experiences from in college looking to transfer to had graduated to had NBA, G League experience. Like we had a different mix of guys though, but BJ was on that team though. We only played like 3 games before they shut it down because COVID shut down North Side and everything like that. So we was unable to kind of finish the season though. But just the rapport I built with them then, I was like, what we doing, bro?
Right.
And this is the year when he went back to Wofford. Yeah. So he was already talking about, you know, the options then, but you know, given the stance and like not the unknown of what was going on with COVID, who was doing what. Understand the transfer portal, the new rules and everything was like, you're like, bro, I don't even know.
Like people, man, and I know me and BJ, we went about it. I love the experience that he had at South Carolina. Yeah. I really do. But BJ didn't want to go to South Carolina.
Oh, really? What do you
I kind of forced that issue. And in a dad way. Because BJ was heart and soul on Alabama. Heart and soul. Okay. He was sold. What changed BJ's mind was, you know, Brandon Miller here and all the situation that was there. Yeah. We had went down and Alabama's an open carry state. So I told my son after the South Carolina visit, now South Carolina, they did their thing.
No, for sure.
On the visit, they did their thing to recruit him in. So
could you let some of our parents in on when you say they did their thing? What like if
the red carpet was rolled out?
Let me explain to you what I mean. Like when you have the returning star player come to dinner. Normally they'll have one of the players meet with the player, and that's who he's going to hang with. When you're sitting at dinner and your star returning player says, hold on, man, they ain't do all this for me. Whoa.
Who is you?
What's
what you got going on?
I ain't